This D Hawk, the Incredible Hawk. We live in the den with Miles, Wing, and Big Happy. No holds bars. Tune in.
Back live in the den with Incredible Hawk. Come on, Sledge.
Hey, now he keep on talking about the cleavage and all this old bullshit, but when he got cut, he walking down that hallway, the Kimbe Mutombo say, "Hey, you didn't make it, Huff, young fellow." No.
Came from Jeff Van Gundy's office.
It was bad shit.
We had to go through, had to cut through the locker room. So I'm there packing my shit up slow as shit, I'm trying to wait till them niggas is gone. So I'm going slow so they don't know what's going on. Oh, but he could hear it. He could hear it in my voice. You go, yeah, I'm struggling. Guess you didn't make it, huh, young fella? Alright. Like, it was like life goes on. Then that was like eye-opening too. It was like, I done spent this because I went down to Houston early in the summer. So I was there for 3 months. So I done spent time down there. I done felt like I got rooted into that environment. But for him and him understanding the business, it's like, oh damn, another one bites the dust. Guess you ain't making, young fella. Ha ha ha. It wasn't no ha ha ha, motherfucker. Like, you gonna let me hold something? I'm not going fucked up like that.
Kimbe Mutombo.
Yeah.
No.
We was just out partying for my birthday the night before.
Wow. 20-year vet, that's how they do you, man.
So you get cut.
Mm-hmm. What's next?
What was next after that?
So I get cut. I come home and talk to my agent.
You had an agent, right?
Yeah, so what happened was, I believe that year before that was the year of the Malice in the Palace, and they just came down with the rulings. So Steven Jackson's out, Ron Artest is out. They're losing these players. That's roster spots. So I was like, hey, do we got a shot here? Yeah, we actually do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm keeping my hopes up. But what they ended up doing is like they needed players with experience. So I was a rookie. So I stayed because that's why I didn't go right overseas.
Oh, you was thinking about going overseas at that point?
At that point, I was weighing my options.
Yeah.
And I knew nothing about overseas. I was just like, who has the most money?
Right.
I knew I couldn't do the G League because that was no money then. And I already had a family at the time. Like, so I ended up going to Italy to a second division team.
Okay.
Because they were paying the most. I didn't know EuroLeague, first division, this and that. I'm like, who was paying the most? Oh, this team? I'm gonna go here. It just so happened to be a team that was probably like, Rieti is probably like what Baltimore is to DC. Rieti is Baltimore, DC is Rome.
Oh.
So I'm right there. So I go there, I'm cooking. The mayor, this is second division.
Yeah.
Rome is in the first division.
Right.
7 days out the week, we play 1 game a week on Sundays, right? 6 of those 7 days, I'm in Rome. Anyway.
Having fun.
Just in Rome, just partying, doing whatever. Like, I'm used to coming from NBA training camp and all this. This practice ain't shit.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could come drop my 30 on Sunday, and then I'm out all week. We come to break, Easter break. The president of Rome, the president of Rieti came to me and said, so, I forgot this part. I think that year I signed for $13,000 a month.
Overseas?
No, $7,000 a month.
Overseas.
$7,000 a month.
$7,000 a month?
$7,000 a month tax free. This is my rookie year. So in theory, I'm making $70,000 for that year, 10 months.
Right.
After my first couple games and I'm cooking, I went to the president straight up and said, I shorted myself.
But you locked in.
I shorted myself, Prez. You gotta do something for me. The president started giving me 5 bands untouched in euros here.
Which is
So that put it
equivalent to what?
Something on the
which is
table.
12,000,
Yeah.
which is like 15,000.
5 bands a euro
5 bands of
was
euros.
12,000?
No, 5 bands of euro.
Added to
5
the
bands
7.
of euro added to the 7.
Oh, okay.
5 bands of euro was like $7,000.
Okay. Okay.
So now but also the president, he got me out there. He was taking me to Rome some of them days. Like it was different. Like he was Italian. You know what I'm saying? Connected. You know what I'm saying? He owned horses on Rome.
Mm-hmm.
He was going there. I would tell you, we're gonna get to this, but so the mayor of Rome,
Right.
Walter Veltroni. You can look him up. All these names, all this is legit. Walter Veltroni. You know, I'm gonna make everything cool. I called him Wally. Gave him a whole new name. His name was Walter. I called him Wally.
Wow.
Wally called the president of my team and said, "I need David Hawkins in Rome. What is going to take?" And this team was
For his team.
in Rome. It wasn't his team, but he's the mayor of Rome.
Okay.
He said, "What's going to take? You got to think. This team in Rieti is trying to win the 2nd division to come up to 1st division."
Mm-hmm.
So I never didn't think it was going to work out. The president of Rieti came to me and said, "Hey, when you going home on this break, you got your little money I owe you. When you come back, you'll be in Rome." He didn't answer me. "When you come back, you're going to be in Rome." All right? I said, "All right. I'm still going to come check you out. I'm still going to holler at you." He said, this is bigger than basketball."
You don't know him anyway, though.
It was the best situation that could have ever happened.
Yeah, you in Rome
I'm
anyway.
in the top division. I'm in Rome. Now that they're going to playoffs. So when I come back and we go to playoffs, I think I'll set the record for. I had a triple-double with steals.
Wow.
Points, rebounds, and steals. The point guard couldn't get past me half court. I was 94 feet in them dudes because I'm in the great shape. And we ended up knocking off a team that we was the 6th seed. We knocked off the 3rd seed. Now those negotiations come. They want to re-sign me, right? Let me tell you this. So the president from Rieti got a beach house in Rome, right?
Wow.
So I don't come straight home at the season. I'm at the beach house. I'm chilling. I'm divorced now, so I can talk about it. So I'm bringing a different Italian blend every night to my pool, my private pool here.
Wow.
What's up? Like, I'm waiting on it. So they called me down to negotiate. I'm there, but my agent's on the phone. They lowball me and talking about this, and that. I'm thinking about, man, I'm ready to get back to this beach house, man. I was like, y'all, I'm not even supposed to be a part of this. Y'all can't handle this? All right, just leave them with the phone. All right, let me know when I got to come back to sign. I scurried out on this, go back up to the beach house. And that's when I came back. That was my first $1 million contract.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about $1 million tax-free, 2nd year out of college. That's why in my mind, at that moment, I was saying, fuck the NBA.
Yeah.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
In Rome?
Mm-hmm.
I can see the Coliseum from my house.
Yeah.
This is like, are you not entertained?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
St. Peter's is over here. The Pope's coming out waving every Sunday.
7 figures overseas.
So I just was like, you know, this is what it's gonna be. Now I love it home. I would rather be home, but that's why in the summers when I was coming home, I was trying to make my presence felt.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I am pulling up down the gates how I did.
In the Bentley!
All right.
Putting it on
Yeah,
the court.
But it was
Niggas.
also to show.
And still balling.
It's also to show.
That you was getting that bag goes.
Not even just that. Everybody's not gonna make the NBA.
Right.
Yeah.
If I was the third leading scorer All-American at Temple University and I didn't make the league, here's a wake-up call, guys. It's not that easy. But guess what? There is a whole other lane over here.
Right.
When you pulled up in that motherfucking Great Ghost, nigga. you all of those shit.
It's for a reason.
You watched the KD, the Sean Stevensons, and then the Gills and them pull up. When you got that motherfucker home, you say you called me. You called me, nigga.
What I say?
Commish. I got something special. Commish, I need to be on that court, Commish. I said, man, y'all play so. This nigga say, nah, I ain't talking about that, Commish. I need to park on that court, Commish. I said, man, well, okay, come on. Ain't no problem. Come on through, D-Hawk. He ain't say nothing, what he got, none of that. He come on that motherfucker with that gray joint, man, him and D-Nice and that motherfucker.
Two-seater.
Two-seater. They looking, they said, man, I said, man, who the fuck is that? I said, who that there in that motherfucker?
You said, who that
two-seater? Who that? No, KD had the Maybach.
Oh, yeah.
I said, who that in that motherfucking two-seat Bentley right there? They say, whisper, man, that's your man D-Hawk. It's your man D-Hawk in that motherfucker, man. I said, what?
What?
D-Hawk got out that motherfucker like he was in the red collar. That was the slowest I ever seen. That was the slowest I ever seen D-Hawk move. And D-Nice got out that motherfucker passenger seat like he was driving. That was a hell of a scene to park in the gates with them motherfuckers, man. Cause I remember when Beasley had that motherfucking little ragged ass Toyota, and he looked like Bubba Smith in that motherfucker. So I told him, he said they was parking down by the railroad tracks. He come up to me, he said, nigga, next year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did do that.
He's one of the ones.
He said, I'm gonna park on that.
He was one of the ones that told me. That's why I said
I'm gonna be
on
parking
the back end of it, I didn't do that to motivate them then. On the back end, I found out I did motivate some people. Even the nigga that went to Gil to this day, Deshaun to this day, Nick Young to this day.
Remember Deshaun put that white ghost on that motherfucker?
They wasn't bringing that shit out there till I did. Then they was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
They was still parking out. When I pulled up on there, they was like, oh, okay, we can do that.
Man, Deshaun said, man, shit.
They told me, they was like, man, I
joint.
See, I couldn't compete with all that, but for
Gil was bringing that. I think that was
For a
a
local
Deshaun had, wasn't it?
it was something that I was out of my range.
That motherfucker.
It was some
Oh,
shit,
nah,
and it wasn't. That Bentley was
Nah,
little
they
Bentley,
gave
like
you
was.
they gave you
It's cute as a
It was
motherfucker.
cute,
Nobody knew.
yeah, like
Nobody
it was
that.
good for me.
That joint was sexy,
Yeah, right.
man.
It was good for
That
me and my
motherfucker had a
man.
Bentley on it. So
It was good for me and my man.
they were
Yeah,
jockeying to see who parked on that motherfucker's court.
Got no bullshit.
They were jockeying for position.
Was there ever a plan B?
As far as
No,
If basketball don't work out.
if basketball
When
didn't
did
work
you know
out,
basketball was it? You didn't make the league.
oh,
You
so
got that first meal. That was it.
so that was plan B was G League overseas. I didn't have. That's what I said. Some people give up overseas because they go to a bullshit country, bullshit situation. They don't get the same. Like Bobby Mays will tell you to this day. He was like, man, I looked up to David Hawkins. I went overseas because of David Hawkins. When I got overseas, I said, this ain't what David Hawkins was at. that shit is not like, you know what I'm saying? So
Bobby May's game wasn't David Hawkins.
but my trajectory No, but what I'm saying is like it is true. Like overseas, it's just not overseas. It's position. It's like being in the right
I was following you,
situation.
motherfucker, man. You was in all the top tier.
Yeah,
I
no,
knew your salary,
it happened
every
fast.
motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what would have happened if I had to make 7 and then go to 10 a month, then go to 12 a month. I don't know if I sustained that. I might try to come home and flip that 120
Yeah,
I
but
make. To be honest,
you
it went
scoring,
from this to this. No, I'm saying if it didn't work out that way, it just so happened that I never needed a plan B because it went from here to here. Once I went here,
You ain't come back down.
what? Then we're playing in the NBA Europe against the Suns,
Yeah,
against the and D'Antoni, like,
They love it.
yeah, I don't think Dave Hawks gonna be overseas
But
next
you
year.
have a degree, right?
I did. So right now, basically after my senior year, after the season was done, another thing, young fellas, finish your degree. Make sure that you take this opportunity and take advantage of it, because the further that you let it go on, I'm 40 years old. I told Coach Chaney when I was 21, I'm gonna come back and get my degree. I just re-enrolled back at Temple 19 years later. The further you get away from it, the more life happens, the harder, tougher it becomes. But when I was right there, I should have did it. That's what I'm saying. Like, that goes a long way, because I don't have my degree. All these dudes that I know with college jobs who are like, Hawk, get on my staff. I can't right now. I got to get my degree.
Okay.
So that's why I re-enrolled now to get these credits out the way. Now, next year, whether it's NBA, whether it's overseas, whether it's college, I can get on staff somewhere.
We got about a minute left in this segment. I want to ask you real quick, before you left Italy, they lowballed you on your knee.
Oh, yeah.
They fucked you up. Can you talk about that real quick before you went to Turkey?
Basically, real quick is...
Because you had to take a pay cut, but go on, I'm sorry.
Yeah, basically, a pay cut was $750,000.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, no damn pay cut. That's the pay.
That's 750 or you was making 750?
Actually, they did.
They cut 750.
I was making 1.5.
Okay.
And we didn't get the playoffs. If we'd have made the semis, I would have had another 1.5. We didn't, so they cut me. That's fine. But they put out there that my knee was done.
It's done.
Like done though. Like done scope.
Yeah, so when you went...
I'm 27, 28 years old. And they said my knee was done. So that's why nobody in Italy would touch me. I ended up going to Turkey. And that pay cut, that's why I said it was $750,000. That is a pay cut for me, but $750,000 people would pray to have that.
So you was getting 750?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But it was a pay cut.
Hold that thought, D-Hawk. We'll be right back, man, with another segment of The Incredible Hawkers. I'd have took 750.
Hell yeah.
Live in the den.
Yes, sir.